everyone, this is Neha Sharma once again with you, and today in this video we will learn about simple, complex and compound sentences. So dear students, we have read about sentences in our previous lectures and in the previous classes, and we came to know that sentence can be classified differently according to the structures. So today we will work on simple, compound and complex sentences. So dear students, let's revise first of all that what a sentence is. So if we'll talk about a sentence, what is a sentence? A sentence is a structure where subject is required, right? And with that verb is required, right? So these two, the combination of these two things that creates a sentence. In other words, you have read in the definition of sentences that sentence is a group of words which is having some meaning, right? So if we'll talk about here like I study or I read, right? So I is what here subject and read is what verb. So this is a complete sentence, right? Because this is having both the things which are required, subject and second thing is verb. Clear? But if I will just manipulate the sentence in another way and I will just add one object with that. Suppose I read a novel, right? So I is what here subject, read is what verb and a novel is object. Clear? So if there is a combination of subject plus verb plus object also, then also it is what? It is subject. If we do not have an object in the sentence, if at the place of object we have something different. Suppose I read fast. Clear? So this is not object, but this is adding something to what? To the sentence. This is adding meaning to the sentence. So this is also one subject, right? This is working as a complement here. I is subject, verb is read and fast is complement, right? So this is what? This is a structure of sentence generally we have read. Now we have to work today on simple, compound and complex sentences. So the sentence which is having one subject and one predicate. One predicate. This is known as simple sentence, or in other way you can find out in your grammar books it is written which is having one main clause. So when we talk about this clause is what? Clause itself is a combination of subject and verb which is having one subject and one finite verb, and we have read about finite verbs, the verbs which keep on changing according to the subject and according to the tense. So those are called finite verbs. So which kind of verbs we require here? We need finite verbs, subject plus predicate, or it may be subject plus verb. So if we have this kind of structure, that is known as what? Clause. That is known as main clause. So here in this simple sentences we require main clause only, right? And please remind that clause is a kind of sentence which is having a subject and verb. This is also known as principal clause, and this is also known as main clause, and this is also known as independent clause, right? Because this is having a meaning itself, and this does not require anything else to add meaning to it. So this is what? Main clause, right? So what you have learnt about simple sentences, that the simple sentences are the sentences which are having one subject and one predicate, or one subject or one verb, and that verb should be finite, right? In another way, this is having one definition, that this simple sentence is a sentence which is having one main clause or one independent clause, right? So let's have some of the examples. Suppose we have done Geeta opened the door. Geeta opened the door. So this is what kind of sentence this is? This is having one subject, right? Geeta is subject, opened is verb, and the door is object. So Geeta opened the door. Now she saw outside. This second sentence is also having she as a subject, sa is verb, right? So this is also working as one main clause, because this is having the necessary things, subject and verb. So both of these sentences are what? These are simple sentences. If we'll add something else to this, suppose we have taken I am good at swimming. Suppose I am writing I am good at swimming, right? I am good at swimming. So I am good at swimming. Here I is working as subject and am is what? It's a verb. So this is also what? This is also what? Main clause or independent clause, which is not depend on others. So that's why it is known as independent clause. So these are the examples of what? Simple sentences. So what we have learned here, the simple sentence is a sentence which requires one subject and one finite verb. Right? This is also known as main clause also. This is also known as principal clause, and this is also known as independent clause. So I hope you understood about simple sentences. Just please note it down in your notebook, and this will help you for your revision when you will study about this. So just take the screenshot and note it down this in your notebook. Now dear students, the second thing today we have to learn, that is what? Compound sentence. So what we have to learn here about compound sentences? So we have learned about simple, that one subject and one verb is required. Now we are talking about compound sentences. So what are these compound? Compound is what? That's a combination of something, right? The word itself is just clarifying the meaning of this, that compound itself is a combination of something. So what are the things we require to join here, and what are the things which help us to attach, to combine these two things? So what are the things? First let me tell you. Here compound sentence requires two sets of subject and verb. Subject and verb, that is one clause, and in the another sentence also there is what? Subject plus verb. So what is this subject plus verb? We have learned that this will work as main clause. So this subject and verb will work as main clause, and this also works as main clause. So here we will learn that this is a combination of two main clauses, means two sets of subject or the verbs are required. So what is the definition of this? If we will get two subjects and two verbs, two finite verbs in a sentence, so that is what? That is known as compound sentence. And which verb should be there? This is finite verb. This is finite verb. Suppose we will take the example of this sentence. Geeta opened the door. This was our simple sentence. So we have written this. Geeta opened the door. This is one simple sentence, right? Or main clause. We have taken the second one also. She saw outside. She saw outside. What is this? This first one is also simple, this one is main clause, and this is also main clause. Moreover, this is having one subject and verb, one verb, finite verb, right? This is having one subject and one finite verb. So let's write it as finite verb. Now what we need? We need to, there's a combination of two sentences. If we will get two main clauses in a sentence, that is known as compound sentence. Or you may say, if we will get two finite verbs in a sentence, that is also known as compound sentence. Now we have written here two sentences which are of main clause type, right? Now there is a need to joining of these sentences. So we will frame a sentence. Geeta opened the door, and second one is saw outside and sa outside. Here I just removed this she because Geeta, for Geeta I am using this she, right. So what you have noticed here, Geeta opened the door and saw outside, means she saw outside. So this part of the sentence is also having one subject and one verb, right, or one finite verb we are having here, and here also we have one finite verb. So two finite verbs, clear. And the second thing is, that's a combination of two simple sentences or two main clauses which we have written here. So this is done, this is possible with the help of this word and only. What is this? This and is known as conjunction. What is this? This is known as conjunction. Now conjunctions also are of two kinds. Number one is coordinate conjunction and the second one is subordinate conjunction. Clear? So here conjunctions are of two kinds. One is coordinate and the second one is subordinate. Now this is the main thing which will tell us that what are the things we require here. So these conjunctions are the main ingredient, you can say, for this, with the help of which we have to we have to transform the simple sentences in both compound and complex sentences. I'll give you a very simple trick to learn that the sentences, the conjunction, because this conjunction plays the important role in this. So this conjunction I'll give you that which are coordinate conjunctions, which are subordinate conjunctions, right. And with the help of those conjunctions we can transform the simple sentences into both the ways, in the compound and the complex. Clear? So we have understood here that the compound sentence, we are learning here about the compound sentences. The compound sentences are the sentences which are having two pairs of main clauses, subject plus verb and subject plus verb, or this verb should be of which kind? Finite verb. So if we will get two finite verbs in a sentence, that is what? That is a compound sentence. So how we have to do, if we will get two independent clauses in the sentence, or if we will find two main clauses in a sentence, so that is also known as compound sentence. Now very simple and very easy trick I will give you, with the help of which you can remind, you can sort out, you can identify that the sentence is compound or complex, because if the simple sentence we want to get, so that is also having only one main clause, right, but here we need two main clauses. So how to get the difference between some compound and complex, that we will learn, but before that we will learn something about the coordinate conjunctions. So that is very simple, in this very simple way we will learn that, but before that I want you to take the screenshot of this and note down this in your notebook. So now dear students, let's learn about the conjunctions. So we will learn that compound sentences are those sentences we have already learned that which are having two main clauses, but the combination of these clauses will be done with the help of coordinate conjunctions. So what are these coordinate conjunctions? Coordinate conjunctions, right? So these coordinate conjunctions, a very simple trick, right? You have to learn this abbreviation, fan boys. What is this? Fan boys. This F stand for, these are the coordinate conjunctions, the first words of everyone. So see, this is F for, A for and, N for neither nor, B for but, O for or and otherwise, it's otherwise, Y for yet, and S for so. So these words you have to learn only with the help of this abbreviations of fanboys, where F stands for, A for and, N for neither nor, B for but, O for or and otherwise, Y for yet, and S for so, right? So this is very important part. And other than this, if we'll get the conjunctions other than this, so these will be known as subordinate conjunctions. Clear? So which are there? You have to learn only this one. Fanboys will be coordinate conjunctions, and if we'll get these conjunctions in one sentence which is having two finite verbs, so that will be known as compound sentence. But if other than these words we will get any conjunctions, so suppose we have got that, we have got because, we have got therefore. Okay, so these conjunctions, WH family words, so these conjunctions are known as what? Subordinate clause. So dear students, this was very important to tell you that what are the combinations, what are the conjunctions actually, with the help of which you can understand easily that what are compound sentences and what are complex sentences. So please note it down, and in our next video we will learn about compound sentences once again in detail. Now these fanboys will help you to get the difference between compound sentences and the complex sentences. Take the screenshot and note it down, and in the next video we will explain these compound sentences in detail. Thank you very much for today.